So there's a mistake there. Okay, part D. Okay, so what does it mean? Okay, we already know that 3171696 will be our constant, all right? And then so I think I misread right. Okay, it's supposed to be 317.696 minus 34.087x, right? So don't leave x, okay, behind 34.087. So I think I missed that one just now, plus E. And then the relationship between B naught and B1. So let's say is in X, which is X, okay? So therefore, Y will be decreased will be decreased 34 point 34.087, okay? Or we can say once the X increase 1 unit, so the price will be decreased 3,400, right? So that's what it means. Is everybody okay? Do you understand? Ada ke sesiapa yang tak faham? Yang want me to explain more regarding this? Anyone? Okay, I repeat. When X increase 1 unit, okay, 1 unit, the price of the car will be decreased, okay, will decrease, okay, 3,400 ringgit. Okay, because we have a negative number there, right? Okay, so that one will be part E. So let's continue with our part F. Okay, plot the regression line. So let me try to open the my SPSS on this laptop. Hopefully it will be okay. All right. Okay, let's do part G first. Okay. While waiting for my SPSS to to start, so let's continue with part G. Okay, predict the price of a 7-year-old car of this model. So what you need to do, okay, and just now we already have the equation y is equal to 317.696 minus 34.087x, okay? So you need to replace x with number 7, right? So can you please calculate what is the answer for y when you plug in 7 in X? Give me the answer, the number, please. Anyone?
The answer is 79.087.
79.087.
0.087.
Okay. So it means that when the age of the car is 7 years old, right? So the price will be 7,900 ringgit. Wow, yeah, good. So cheap, ah. It's supposed to be in hundreds ringgit. Oh, ini kereta apa ni? Kalau kancil pun more than 10,000. Okay. All right. So that's what it means. Okay. So you need to convert that 79.087. You need to times with 100 in order to get the exact answer. So the answer will be y equal to ringgit Malaysia 7,900 ringgit. Okay. Age and then we have price. Okay. Okay, siapa yang tak pernah bersuara dalam kelas ni? Let me see. Siapa yang saya tak pernah panggil throughout the semester. And then dia rasa sangat kecil hati because of that. Okay, how about Afkar? Are you here, Afkar? Down
Yes, dokter.
Oh my God. Okay, yes, Afkar. Sorry. Uh, yeah, okay. Yes, the problem is already solved. I can go back to my PC. Okay, 2 minutes.
Akak cabut balik benda ni lah.
Ya Allah, itu je. Thank you, thank you.
Itu je.
Okay,
Ni,
thank
ni
you
okey
very
lagi
much.
ni. Kalau problem dia akak cabut je. Akak pakai ni
Okay. Okay. Never mind. Okay, Afkar, what I want you to help me, okay, before I go back to my PC. Okay, can you please read all the data again so I can show you all? Maybe never mind, never mind. It's okay. By the way, can you all see my SPSS on the screen? Can you see that?
No, not yet.
No,
Not
doctor.
yet, not yet. Okay. Thank you. Okay, let me share my SPSS. Okay, so what, let's say you already have each and also price, okay, just now. So now you need to plot, okay, let me take any data, but you need to use your own data, okay, let me take this data, okay. Really hope that this one can be used for my demo, all right. Okay, so for example, okay, go to analyze, right, and then we go to regression just now. And then you need to click curve estimation. Okay, click that one. So, and then you just need to put which one is your dependent. Okay, for example, just now your dependent, alamak, hai, suara saya makin okay. So your dependent will be price. So in my case, let's say I just put it as weight, okay. This one different, okay, different data. And then you have your independent will be your age, right? So, and then we click linear here, and then click OK. So now you can see there will be a line in your graph this time. Okay, so I want you to draw that line. You need to go back to part A and draw your regression line on that graph. Okay, so can you please do it now while I'm going back to my PC? Okay, for those who already finished, question exercise number 1, I would like to proceed to exercise. Okay, let me check whether we can do some questions at the back. Right. Okay. Guys, did I ask you to do question number 20 on page 179? Did I? Yes or no?
Yes, Doctor.
Oh, dia masuk homework ya?
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, I would like you to try just continue with exercise number 2. Okay, try to do exercise number 2, please, on page 149. Okay, okay. So, how is it going? Exercise 2? Is everybody okay? Okay, thank you, Sarah. Okay, at 12:30, all right. So I'm going to start chapter 12 on multiple regression. So I let you do the question exercise 2 until 12:30.
Doctor,
Yes.
Doktor boleh repeat tak step untuk line on the scatter diagram? Saya tak sempat tadi.
All right. Okay. Let me try to do it again. So if
Thank you, Doktor.
okay. Okay, I need to off my video sebab I'm using two computer at the time sekarang ni. So you only can listen my voice, right? Okay, in order to do the line, the regression line, to draw the regression line. So let me repeat. So can you see my SPSS on the screen? Yes or no?
Yes, Doktor, boleh.
Okay. Right. So what you need to do, okay, you go to, let me go back to the data. Right. So go to the analyze, right? And then regression. Okay, we are still using regression, but this time we click curve estimation. Okay, we want to estimate the line on the graph, right? So you just click that one and then put your dependent and also independent variable, right? So when you finish that one, just click OK, right? So it will give you the line that you need that can represent the whole data, the whole dots. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Doktor.
Welcome.
Doctor, can I ask a
Yeah, sure.
question?
Sure. Esther, yeah.
Regarding the final exam, right? Will we be using the SPSS to calculate everything? Or
No,
we are
no.
doing it
You
in
already
manual?
provided the tables.
Oh, already provided table. Okay.
Yeah. So you just need to to extract the information from the table to answer your questions, right?
So extract the number and then put into the
Yes.
formula.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Thank you,
the, just like the one that I show you in the slides, okay? We already got the table, so you need to take all the numbers in order to answer for your answers.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome.
Doctor,
Yes.
may I know that the quiz tomorrow is cover which topic?
Whatever we have learned.
All right. Thank you, Doctor.
But not for sure it's not for correlation, before the correlation part.
So
Okay, so
before,
starting from the correlation will be next week quiz.
all right. Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, you're welcome.
And Doctor, the
Yes.
question type is also similar to last time. We have to.
Yeah, essay,
Okay.
short form. Yeah, short answers.
How long for us to
10
answer?
minutes.
10 minutes.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome. But this time, hopefully, will be much, much better because it's going to be face to face. Okay, any other questions? Okay, is everybody okay? Can we continue with our chapter 12? Okay, you can easily check your answers on page 151. Okay, let's talk about multiple regression. So multiple regression is actually an extension again. Simple linear regression is an extension of correlation. And then multiple regression is an extension of simple linear regression. Okay, what is the difference between simple and multiple regression? So the difference is actually for the simple linear regression, we have one dependent and one independent. So we have one y, one x. But for the multiple regression, we have one dependent, one y, but we have many x, right? So for the simple, right? Simple, we have y is equal to b naught plus b1x, okay, plus e just now. But for multiple, right, we have y is equal to b naught plus b1x1 plus b2x2 plus blah, 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 okay, plus e, right? So we can have many independent variables. Okay. So for example, the simple one just now, okay, we have price is equal to B naught plus B1. Our X is actually H plus E, right? And then for multiple, instead of having only one H can influence the price, we have many more. So the price can be depend on, okay, H, right? Condition of the car, okay? And B3, for example, is type of the car, right? When you look at the simple linear regression, you must have this one quantity and this one also quantity, right? So you must have the independent and independent quantitative variable. But for multiple, you are allowed to have qualitative, provided that you must have at least one quantitative independent variable. So this one, let's say you have quantity, this one also quantity, right? And then this one quantity, this one quali, right? So you are allowed to have qualitative only after you have added all the quantitative variable first, okay? So you must have at least one quantitative variable in independent quantitative variable in multiple regression. Okay, is everybody understand? Okay, so the three main types of multiple regression, we can have standard or simultaneous, hierarchical or sequential, and stepwise. But for your class, we only cover this part only the standard multiple linear regression. So multiple linear regression, the short form is MLR. Okay, for simple is SLR, but for multiple, we call it as MLR. Standard multiple regression. So all the independent or predictor variables are entered into the equation simultaneously. Each independent variable is evaluated in terms of its predictive power over and above that offered by all other independent variables, okay? So, and then the most important is actually we want to know how much is the variance. Variance mean, how much percent, right? The independent variable actually influence the dependent variables. So how many percent the X actually tell about Y. Okay. So the assumptions, of multiple regression. So the sample size in order to use multiple linear regression is more complicated than, the simple linear regression. So simple linear regression, it doesn't matter. If you have a sample size 10, is also you still can do it, right? But for multiple regression, we use these powerful tools when we have big data, right? So the sample size, you need to have at least, 50 data, the minimum for the multiple linear regression. So you must have at least 50 data, only then you can use this MLR, okay? But the best if you can have more than 50. So for example, the N, we can calculate the number of N. So M is actually the number of variable. Okay, M is number of variable. So just in case, let's say we have variable. When I talk about variables, is independent variable. It's not dependent variable because we only have one dependent variable, but we can have many independent variables. So let's say we have 3 independent variables. So the N that we need to select is actually 50 times 8 plus 3, right? So we need to have at least 74 data or respondents for our study. So that's what it means by N greater than 50 plus 8M. So M is what? The number of independent variables. Okay, is everybody okay? Okay, ka? Right. Right, the next one that we need to look at, the second requirement. So we must check the multi-collinearity and singularity, where the R, remember R is the correlation is greater than 0.9. So what does it mean by multi-collinearity? Remember I told you that when we have a data, so we have data, for example, they must be independent. So they are not related at all. So it is very important, for you to check whether your variable that you have chosen, for example, they are not too highly correlated with each other. So for example, I give you an example just now, So when we have, let's say, age and condition, for example, if age and condition, these two, the correlation, if we check the R, is greater than 0.9, so it seems that they are very highly correlated. So it is advisable, instead of using 2 variables, we combine them, become 1 variable, because they are telling us the same thing, right? So they are very highly correlated. So maybe instead of we have age and condition, so we call it as H-con, right? So the combination of age and condition, right? So that's what it means by multilinear collinearity. Okay. So, and then the outlier. So the outlier also, what does it mean? All the data that very, very far away from the Earth, from the mean, the center, So if you have one data, in Pluto, so it's too far from the Earth. So we need to remove that data if possible, right? So in order to check, to check the outlier, the data that which is, too far from the mean. So we need to check whether the location is either more than 3 standard deviation of the data, right? And also we can check by using something that we call it as Cook distance, right? So the Cook's distance should be greater than 1. And then also the value of Mahalanobis value, all right? So it must be supposed between 3 minus 3 and 3. So if, the data, our data is, let's say, -5. And then in the Mahala Nobis, so what we need to do, we need to remove the data because it's too far from the mean, okay? And then the normality, linearity, homocadacity, independence of residuals, okay? Remember the syarat just now? For the E, should be normal, independent, and also random, right? Okay, so this is what it means by outliers. Remember, I said just now, plus minus 3 standard deviation. So if you know 3 standard deviation from the mean is actually is already 99.73%, the location or the distance. But if you have an outlier, it must be somewhere here. Remember, I told you in terms of skewness, when we have this outlier, it will drag our tail to be skewed, to become skewed. So we don't want that to happen. So we must have a limit that whatever data that we collect must be within the range, all right? Must be similar. Remember, we talk about, equal or variance in ANOVAT and also t-test, the same concept, right? So the example of research questions, okay, for the multiple linear regression. So for example, how do the two measures of control, mastery? So what does it mean by mastery? It's actually data from one of the, statistic books where study for the stress, okay? So mastery is actually the how you can control your inner self. That's what we call it as mastery. And picoisis, okay, I will let you know. Oh, sorry, I think mastery is actually how you control the environment. Picois is actually how you control your inner self, okay? So because this one inner self state, right? And then predict the perceived stress. So it means now we have two independent, okay? The dependent variable will be our stress. So this is our dependent. And mastery and picois will be our independent. So we have two independent variables here. So understand, is everybody okay? Okay, I know I'm talking a little bit fast, okay? So because I want you to know, to finish this introduction, so it will be easy for tomorrow since we have quiz and also discussion, all right? Okay, so what do you need? In order to use multiple linear regression, you need to have one quantitative dependent variable, and you must have two or more continuous variable. And as I told you before, you are also allowed to have one qualitative, provided that your first variable should be quantitative, right? So the assumptions, we already talked about the assumptions of MLR. Okay, and then so we are going to use, this survey data. I think I already share with you before this data. Betul ke tak? Can you please check? Saya rasa saya pernah share dengan you all. Okay, if you have a folder for our class, so please make sure you save whatever we learn in our class in the folder. Okay? Oh, semua macam terus senyap lah. Aduh, mana lah you all? Mana orang-orang ni? Okay, let me call some names here. Basira, Nurul Basira, are you here?
Yes, Doctor.
Basira, sihat ke?
Alhamdulillah.
Basira, ha? Sihat ke tak sihat ni? Basira,
Ya, Doktor.
sihat tak?
Alhamdulillah.
Ha? Okay, so Basira, are you okay? You faham ke apa yang saya cuba sampaikan? I know it's quite hard. Okay, don't worry, when we do some examples and we apply it in SPSS, I'm sure you can understand much, much better. Right. So how about Shafa?
Yes, dokter.
Where are you?
At apartment, Doctor.
Which apartment? So you are back. You're already in Malaysia. Okay, I forgot.
Yes.
I thought you are still in Indonesia. Okay. So guys, can you check whether you already have this data or not? Survey 5 edition. This one is actually the book from the book 5th edition.
The one that we received was the survey for ED.
I see, but not okay. It's almost similar. All right. Okay, thank you for telling me that. I'm so happy to hear that. All right. So yeah, we still can use that one for tomorrow. All right. So anyway, so let me share with you, right, the questionnaire used in the survey, right? So the first part is actually the demographic part. Okay, people, I haven't checked your questionnaire yet. Betul ke tak? Hello, is everybody home? Anybody home?
I think it was just during this one session.
Okay, so
That we
that's the reason. Okay, we are going to talk more. Okay, about this one. So we are going to do, your survey very, very fast. Okay. So that's the reason tomorrow we are going to have a quiz. And also I'm going to finish, I try my best to finish our multiple linear regressions first. And then we can have discussion. And I'm going to make appointments, okay, according to the groups. Okay, so we can do on WebEx. For those who would like to see me face to face also can. So just to guide you, to help you to complete your last assignment. Right. So anyway, this is actually what we have in the survey, the questions. All right. So it has a question on the optimism, mastery, and then the perceived stress, and also perceived control of internet state skill. All right. So PCOIs. All right. So those are the scale that they use in the questionnaire, the Likert scale. Right. So anyway, so this is how the data look like. Okay. So we are going to talk more about it tomorrow, right? So, but I would like you to get ready to be prepared to have your whatever survey for ED also can, no problem at all. All right. So you can use that one for tomorrow. All right. So anyway, okay. So these are the things that we are going to talk for our SPSS session. All right. Okay. And then so hopefully we can finish this one by tomorrow in 1 hour. Okay, before we start with our quiz. Our quiz will we will do it, the very last hour of class. Okay, so any questions so far? Ada apa soalan tak nak tanya? Anyone? Okay. Kalau tak ada soalan, saya rasa macam saya nak sebab my SPSS ni not working. So that's the reason I cannot go, I cannot do the SPSS part, right? So it's still, loading, go around, pimai tang tu juga. Dia tak bergerak apa pun dekat saya punya PC. Right. So anyway, let me get your attendance for you to scan. Okay. Okay, may I know for how many groups do we have? Section 1? Apa nombor yang nombor group yang terbesar? 7? 6, 7? May I know? Siapa yang rasa dia group akhir?
Doctor,
Yes,
just
Hasif.
wanna confirm again. So tomorrow is just section 1, then section 2 is on Thursday when we do the quiz and discussions.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Right, thank you, Doctor.
Okay, and then okay, while We still have like 10 minutes, all right? So anyone, any group would like to make an appointment to see me regarding your assignment. So that's why I want to know how many groups do we have? Okay, so siapa-siapa? So can you just write down? Mari kita buat. Kita buat ni. Dekat our group, WhatsApp group, can somebody just put dia punya nama, let's say 1, okay? 2, okay, just put all the ketua. I would like to know the group leader. Okay, can you just please put your name? So I just want to know how many groups do we have. Okay, thank you, Esther, for sharing that one. Yes. Sebab saya nak set an appointment with everyone. Can you just write your name, group leader, please?
Doctor, are you free on Tuesday after lunch?
Okay, Hasif, can you just start in the group?
Okay, sure.
Number
Right.
1, and then what time do you want? All right, so I can say yes or no.
Right, thank you, Doctor.
Okay, yeah, like that. All right. Can you just put time yang you nak jumpa? Okay, let me, jangan letak time dulu. Okay, kita discuss sekarang. Okay, for those yang nak ni, can you play, for those. Siapa yang scan dulu your attendance? Sekejap ya. Let me, okay, section 1 please. Right. Mazen. Okay, Mazen. Okay, what time do you, when, okay, siapa dulu? Okay, Tuesday after 2 p.m. I think after 2 I have an appointment, but see where's my phone. Sebab, okay. Tuesday. Okay, Hasif, what time? After 2.
We're quite flexible, Doctor, so it's up to
How
you when
about
you're
4?
free.
Is it okay? At 4?
At 4 p.m. Yep, that sounds good.
Okay. So
Right, thank
you
you, Doctor.
please write it down. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah. So later I will, put in my calendar. Okay, who else maybe would like to join Hasif at 4 p.m. on Tuesday?
Doctor,
Yes.
group 2 is typing right now. Group 2 Wednesday at 11 a.m. Is it okay?
11 we have class, remember?
Oh,
Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday. Because it's
Computer,
at
Wednesday.
because it's at 9, right?
Jangan ni schedule bagus sikit. Okay, Wednesday, alright.
11 a.m.
Okay, just write it down first.
Yeah.
So if anything, I will Roger you on. Okay?
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, just put it down.
Doctor.
Yes.
Group
Okay,
1
I'm
can
also
next.
available. Yeah, people, please listen. I'm also available at night. Okay, if you want to discuss, at night also can, but through WebEx. But those who want to see me face to face should be, before 6. Okay, I also can
Okay.
wait for you until 5. No problem.
Oh, so Doctor, can we meet Doctor where best
Yeah,
online?
yeah.
I think maybe Wednesday night.
Well, okay, just put it down. So I will
Oh, okay.
let you know, okay? If I cannot make it, I will let you know. If I just keep quiet, it means okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you,
Alright.
teacher. Okay.
But you need to remind me, people, because there are a lot of things in my head. So like 2 hours before, remind me, doctor, remember our appointment. Okay? Please remind me.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome. All right. So let's make it for section 2 now. Right. Okay, section 2. Okay, you also can not just one group at one time, so you can join, with other groups. Let's say 2 or 3 groups. It's okay. So when we meet, I really hope that you can also bring your questionnaire, so I can check for you your topic and also your questionnaire. I think Hasif, group Hasif kot, dah buat ni, pilot.
Yeah, doctor, we already did the pilot and
Okay,
completed.
so make sure you bring whatever you have. All right?
It's in Google Forms, so yeah, we'll show you.
Okay.
I can
So
make it open.
I would like to see the hard copy one.
Oh,
If
okay, okay.
possible, can
We'll
you
print it for you.
print it out for me?
Okay, okay, got it.
Okay. Okay, Hasif, tolong tulis your time is 3 p.m.
Okay, okay, got it. 2 p.m.
Okay, right. 3 ke 4? 3 kan?
Just now you said 4 p.m., doctor.
4 p.m. See? In just a few minutes. Phew.
Already written down in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, all right. Thank you. All right. Okay, so for those who already scanned your attendance, you can say goodbye to me for today. So remember for section 1, so we're going to meet tomorrow, F201 from 11 to 1. Okay?
Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome. All right, bye-bye.
Thank you, doctor.
Okay, welcome. Bye.
Thank
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay.
Thank you, doctor.
You're welcome.